And she sort of turns out to be the opposite nature of Ophelia. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt like she was a kid and she was just having a lot of fun solving this mystery. And I don't think she had enough time to contemplate about the darkness and the other stuff.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of EXE Now Working.
We're Chad and Chunk.
And on today's episode, we thought we'll talk about Wednesday, but it's not just gonna be any other Wednesday episode.
If my family was a week, I'd be Wednesday.
We're gonna talk about some things that you may have missed while watching. Don't worry, we've got you covered. And of course, we have to talk about the outfits.
This is directed by Tim Burton, who is one of my favorite directors. He's one of those quirky but like also emo. We all watched Corpse Bride growing up. I watched Corpse Bride growing up. It's made so many references in my life and my designs. So he has played a big role in my life. And while I say Tim Burton's version of Wednesday is both a hit and a miss, she doesn't quite replicate the original Wednesday, and that's okay because she's a modern take. She's made for a different audience. This is for a Gen Z audience, while the OG Wednesday was made for us when we were still young. And we kind of like that stone cold girl who was like, I will feed my brother arsenic and shoot it. We kind of liked how she was this cruel and death obsessed and cynical young girl.
This honestly is Sabrina 2.0. It's Sabrina in a different font. It's black and white Sabrina. Let's just call it for what it is. But definitely an enjoyable watch.
How do I look?
Disturbing.
I mean, Wednesday definitely stood out. I think the casting for Wednesday was perfect, but the fact that no effort or very less effort was put into anybody else was just very evident. But that being said, Jenna Ortega definitely did a very good job as Wednesday. I was here for the interesting take on the character, like her stare, the way she perceived the deadpan face, the fact that she never blinks, the fact that her sly smile, even when she has to show emotion, even when she feels emotions. I think she's put in a lot of effort into preparing for this character, and it shows.
And clearly you're in love with it.
Yeah, kudos to her. Good for her. So the story basically revolves around Wednesday and her experience at Nevermore Academy. There's a monster on the loose. The chase of trying to find out who is the monster and why is this monster killing people. A couple of things to note that I thought was very interesting. Her relationship with the police, which is something, when you find some sort of evidence, the last place that you go to is the police. Nobody goes to the police. And she, every time, even though she had like a very
shady past, but this girl still went to the sheriff and said, listen, I have clues. I feel like we are getting somewhere. Let me help you. Listen to me. Let's put an end to this meaningless killing. She does something which a lot of us don't do. That is use her common sense. And I think that is why we're like, yes. Because, so much of us is like, we no longer care for the drama. We no longer care for like the extra spice. We don't want to see dumb people on the screen and be like, I can't do this. I can't watch you make dumb mistakes. We're tired of the secondhand embarrassment. And so for one, seeing a girl with like common sense is quite rewarding.
This is basically the whole plotline to Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see Christina Ricci come back. I mean, was the role given to her justified? No, but it's okay. I think it was just I'm happy to see her back. Yeah.
So some of the references that we noted constantly was Edgar Allan Poe. And don't get me wrong, I know Edgar Allan Poe is the OG god. Every god goes through the Edgar Allan Poe phase. I went through an Edgar Allan Poe phase, not gonna lie, but like when I saw this, that was just a lot of Raven and Nevermore and yeah man, let Edgar lie low. We have a few others.
Step it up, find something new. You're boring.
So other than the Edgar Allan Poe reference, we had Ophelia reference. Now, if you haven't watched one of our videos where we talk about Taylor Swift and Shakespeare, you would know I'm a bit of a Shakespeare head and I know everything about Ophelia because I played Hamlet. So Ophelia, our sweet girl, is somebody who's also, living up to her family's name, eventually goes mad, kills herself. And our girl Wednesday is put in the Ophelia dorm, and she sort of turns out to be the opposite nature of Ophelia. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt like she was a kid and she was just having a lot of fun solving this mystery. And I don't think she had enough time to contemplate about the darkness and the other stuff.
Also, shout out to Thing, who was, for me, the hero of this show. Thing went around reviving this girl's social image, made friends for her, even organized a birthday party for her. I mean, I would like to have a Thing in my life.
So other than our Ophelia reference, we had a Carrie reference.
Yes, we had a Carrie reference where paint falls on all during their dance, red paint is splattered
By the normies on all the Nevermore students.
Yeah.
During the bomb.
Exactly. And she even references the line where she goes, they couldn't even spring for real pig's blood, it's just paint. And I would say this is my favorite, but the fact that they finally acknowledged the snap, which is super iconic in the original song. Yeah, I mean,
clearly, it was a nice nod to the original cult classic.
Yeah.
So other than that, we also have a Frankenstein reference. And listen, you have a monster on the loose. You obviously gotta make a Frankenstein reference. And I sort of like that. We had the Frankenstein reference, and we even had a monster called Hyde, which was clearly a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde reference, though we didn't quite match the way. It was a literal monster, not the way Hyde was, but this was an actual monster. I hate to break it up to people. This monster did not terrify me. I burst out laughing when it showed up.
Today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
With its bulging eyes and its funny teeth, I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to be terrified, but I'm not. This monster was severely underwhelming and it was a joke. Powerpuff Girls villains were scarier for me. The last two references we have are the two plants, the Venus flytrap and the Black Dahlia. One she gives to Wednesday, and one is something she constantly feeds. Christina Ricci, The Venus flytrap represents her as she baits and lures, while the Black Dahlia... So I was wondering, where have I heard Black Dahlia? And I thought it was rather weird because Black Dahlia is a murder case where a woman was sawed in half. And I'm like, was this some subtle forewarning that I intend to kill you by chopping you in half?
For you PG viewers, it does not happen. You can watch it in peace.
So that's all the reference we noted. If you guys saw anything that we missed, do let us know in the comments.
Yep. And finally, we need to talk about the costumes. So I was a little surprised to see her in hoodies and jackets.
I feel like you were not buying this.
It just felt very off-brand for her, because even if she rejected fashion trends, she was always someone who was always dressed impeccably, and she had one taste, which was a sort of a pinafore dress with a Peter Pan collar. So when this came out, I thought they would play up on that. For example, the dress that she wore to the dance, I thought that was a very beautiful dress and very on brand for her. She looked incredible in it, and that was the Wednesday I had pictured in my head. And I don't know if you guys felt the same too. I'm so sorry, but the hoodies, the striped tops, the jackets,
the Gen Z wasn't cutting it for you.
No, not for me.
I do have a different take. So I think my favorite outfit was the one she wore right as she entered Nevermore, and it's this cute jacket. It has it's black, obviously, floral print. It's really well constructed, where it's it's quite figure hugging, but also not in a weird way. It suits her classic silhouette, which is what Wednesday always wears. And oh, my favorite. So she wears a school uniform in black, just like how everyone wears it in blue. And I really liked it. It was very Wednesday, kind of extra, but also she stood out without desperately trying to stand out. One more look of ours, like we both agree that it was like absolutely simple but like stunning, was the one she wore in the final episode, like right at the end. She wears this shirt and it has a crocheted collar and it has crocheted cuffs. It's just beautiful, elegant, such an interesting take.
Yeah, this is what I pictured Wednesday wearing, similar to this throughout the show.
I feel like maybe this was like a subtle nod to her still holding on to her dark stature, like, you know, who she is, but like a little softer. She has become softer. She has grown attached to these people, even though she's like, nope, I will not acknowledge it. And then we had Pink Girl. I mean, that's literally, I caught her in pink all the time. There's like the human representation of Candy Floss. She was enduring.
Howdy, Rumi.
I mean, her relationship with the hand was very cute.
Welcome to Ophelia Hall.
Do you not like her?
No, it was just, her character was just written really badly.
Listen, Man Bun Boy was like, you're toxic to Wednesday. And I'm like, who wrote your script?
That's what I'm saying. So much effort went into Wednesday, but literally no effort went into the other characters. Enid was just someone who was like, she was the very personification of what old people think Gen Z talk like.
I feel like so much of the cast was that.
Bro, can we see her?
Unfortunately, not right now, bro. You know the vibes. But I promise, if anything changes, I'll pull up.
Say less, bro.
And thank you, doctor. You a real one.
We stand you.
I can do better. You can do better. We can both do better. I don't mind the spin-off with just a Medusa boy. I know he got like a 1 minute screen time, but I like the concept of, you know, this Medusa boy with his bandana hiding all the snakes. I'm like, I could get more of it. I feel like so much of it wasn't explored. So maybe an exploration, I don't mind. More into Nevermore.
Alright, so this was our take on Wednesday. Are you excited for season 2?
Not really. I'm kind of sensing a Riverdale pattern happen here. So, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, if you like this video, leave a like and comment what you thought about the video. And we'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe. We have our weekly news segment for you. And we have a couple of exciting things coming your way. So, stay tuned. Hit that bell icon so you know when we post. And we'll see you guys soon.